Next on Worcester News Tonight, employees at a Grafton company face wiretapping charges. The coworker they allegedly targeted speaks to us. And gearing up for the big game, the Patriots head to Denver and fans here are ready for them to go back to the Super Bowl. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Andy Madison. 3 employees of Wyman Gordon in Grafton are now facing charges of illegal wiretapping stemming from the firing of a coworker who says the 3 men invaded his privacy while he was on the job. He provided us with this video of the men setting up a hidden camera near his workspace. Mark Ferguson says he was later fired on accusations based from the camera's footage. He says the camera recorded audio as well as video that violated his privacy. In the video, you can hear one man asking if they set the camera up right.
I've compared it to somebody taking a wet, dirty finger and stick it in their ear. You just never feel clean again. And the best part about it was their own camera revealed them setting it up. They were foolish enough to have the camera on while they were setting it up, and there's nothing more that had to be said. We handed it to the police. The Grafton police did their due diligence and sent it to the State Police Crime Lab for further investigation, which it was certified that there was audio. That's a clear violation of Chapter 272, Section 99 of the Mass General Laws.
A magistrate found cause to move forward with charges against the Wyman Gordon employees today. The 3 men will be arraigned next month. The New England Patriots are looking to get back to another Super Bowl, and the only thing standing in their way is a familiar opponent. Sunday's AFC Championship game against Denver has all of New England buzzing, and here in central Massachusetts, there's a lot of buzz to see if the Patriots can make it back to the big game.
This is the history of
Patriots fan John Person and his tailgate mobile are ready for Sunday's game.
Went to 1 Super Bowl, been to a couple AFC Championship games, and it's consistency over the years. I'll keep tailgating, they keep winning, what the heck.
The Patriots will play for the right to go to the Super Bowl, going head-to-head with the Denver Broncos, a team and a quarterback the Patriots are very familiar with.
Manning versus Brady. Brady's 11-5, but I think they're 5-5 over the last 10 games. So, again, you're talking about Brady dominating early, and now it's kind of an even match.
The fans aren't the only ones preparing for a Patriots win. At New Tech Design Group in West Boylston, a victory means they'll go to work printing AFC Champions shirts.
Everything here is prepared. All the presses are up, inks are in the screens, samples have been made and approved. So it's just a matter of them winning and we start printing.
Should the Patriots win, 12,000 shirts will be shipped out of here late Sunday night, just like last year. And over the years, the Patriots have been good for business.
A faith in Tom Brady.
Yes, yeah. It's been a good lucky charm.
That was the coldest game ever played in Gillette Stadium.
Person unfortunately won't be heading to Denver to watch the Patriots. But like any good superstitious fan, he's got a lucky spot for the game.
Last time we all went to Dave & Buster's, not that I'm superstitious, the Pats killed the Bears last year, so thought it might be a good place to go.
Dick's Sporting Goods is one of the stores that will be selling the shirts if the Patriots win, and they plan to open early Monday morning. Well, in other local sports news, there is no update on efforts by the city to lure the Pawtucket Red Sox to town. But meanwhile, a group of local business owners wants to make sure the Red Sox owners know there is support for the team here in Worcester. As our Tim McCone shows us, they are making sure they get the message right to the Red Sox.
I would definitely attend games, no doubt.
Wait, the 0-2, line drive, right field, that's a base hit.
It may not be baseball weather, but fans in Worcester are still showing their support for a potential move of the AAA Red Sox team to Worcester. The likely location for a stadium would be at the old Wyman Gordon site near Kelly Square. The Canal District Alliance has created a 3D model and launched a postcard campaign.
This is a serious campaign for the public to have a chance to speak up and say, yeah, I'd like that in my neighborhood.
These postcards can be found in 19 businesses across Central Mass.
As you go into any of the restaurants, you may see a sign similar to this asking you to sign it. We have a basket to put them in after they're signed and take one out of our little holder, fill it out, and that's all there is to it.
The postcards have been available for about 2 weeks. As of Friday, more than 1,800 signed cards with 21 towns in 7 states represented had been mailed to Larry Lucchino, the owner of the Pawtucket Red Sox.
People are speaking up. It's their city, it's their neighborhood, and they're saying, wow, why not? And I'm saying, why not?
The city lost its only professional team last year when the Sharks moved to San Jose. Fans say getting a baseball team would help fill that void.
I think it would be a great thing for the city. I think the city misses it, you know, I really do.
It would be a gem. It would add to everything else the city has.
Tim McCone, Worcester News Tonight.
Now, one important note, this effort isn't part of any official bid by the city to lower the PawSox. Massachusetts State Senate announces a bill to ban the use of mobile devices while driving. Supporters say the move puts Massachusetts in line with other states like Connecticut, New Hampshire, and New York. Senate Harriet Chandler says 46 states currently ban texting while driving for all drivers, and 14 states ban the use of handheld devices. Under the bill, the first violation would result in a $100 fine, a $250 fine for a second offense, and any subsequent offense, a $500 fine.
In the session we did yesterday, and the legislation that we produced yesterday, was to try to remove some of the complications of the phone. It's a very complicated matter. It's not so simple.
The bill now moves on to the House of Representatives for consideration. A rally in Worcester Friday to support personal care assistants speaking about overtime hours. SEIU United Healthcare Workers East is the largest healthcare union in the United States. About 2,000 of their home care workers live in Worcester. They say the city has more than 18,000 seniors and 26,000 people with disabilities. The union expects more than 35% of this population will need care within the next 10 years. The listening session included topics like the need for PCAs and newly available overtime protections for home care workers. State Representative Jim O'Day says the PCAs are an essential part to some people's everyday lives.
And so we want to make sure that we get this right, that we do it correctly, that those who require the services are not stunted in any way, and those who provide the services are professional. We've acknowledged that previously. It is a professional position. They should be treated and paid as such.
Worcester ranks 12th on a list of more personal care assistants per capita than the average Massachusetts city or town. Worcester police make another drug bust this week. Police arrested 31-year-old Edwin Cruz on Thursday. Officers recovered 2 kilograms of cocaine and also say they found drugs inside a wooden stool. The estimated street value of the cocaine is $200,000. Residents in a Dudley neighborhood airing concerns over a proposed Islamic cemetery nearby. Our Patricia Nicholas has a look at the issue.
Desiree Moninsky has lived on Corbin Road in Dudley for 45 years. She and her neighbors say the area hasn't changed much.
I moved here when I was 5, and it was my grandparents' farm.
We moved here, and I absolutely love it. It's quiet, it's peaceful. I have great neighbors. We have a nice family. We're like family now.
Today, they are opposing the possibility of the Islamic Society of Greater Worcester buying 55 acres of land to develop a cemetery across the street from their homes.
The high water table across the street, that's our main concern, and the traffic is a kind of a secondary issue.
The well is right in the front yard as well as hers, and we are right across the street. You could probably jump to the other side. That's how small the road is.
We have enough traffic on it as it is, a very narrow road, and we just like it quiet, and we want to keep it that way.
The Islamic Society says they chose the land in Dudley because it's closer than the cemetery they use now.
It is close by, and we don't have to drive 1.5 hours to 2 hours to Enfield, Connecticut. So distance is the main attraction here.
Any lot that is close by to the city of Worcester will be suitable for us. It's not like we're picking Dudley because we want to pick on the town of Dudley.
They say when it comes to water contamination, there is no scientific backing their cemetery would pose a threat.
There is no scientific evidence that the body, I would say, putting in the ground cause more contamination.
We want everything to be based on scientific data, not based on Islamophobia and on fears. If there is any scientific data that suggests our burial is health hazard, we do not want to do it.
Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
Both sides are expected to discuss the issue at a meeting next week. The city celebrates a new location for an important career services center. Workforce Central has moved to Main Street. This morning, city leaders marked its grand opening and got tours of the new career center. The new space houses Workforce Central as well as the Central Massachusetts Workforce Investment Board. The center's new space aims to help even more people find jobs.
Main Street. Across the street too, we're on 3 different floors. Now we currently coexist with the Central Mass Workforce Investment Board, so we're all on 1 floor. We have 4 banks of elevators, and like I said, we're right off the main street.
Also in the city earlier today, a Worcester teacher steps into the spotlight with his latest book. Dennis Vanass recently published his 5th book, ADHD Can't Sit Still. It is based on musician Scott Isbell and his life with attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Vanass has been a special education teacher for over 20 years, and he hopes his book will send out a positive message.
You can overcome anything in life. You just have to work with your strengths, and Scott, as you can see, has a lot of strengths as a musician.
When Dennis came to me and said he wanted to write a book about me and ADHD, you know, it's a really humbling experience, and the overall support for the book has just been incredible.